Hi everybody, Madame Dignon here. I just thought I would give you a little recap on Chapter 9, where we talk about soldiers' lives in ancient Rome. Wanted to talk to you about Chapter 9, and we're gonna kind of review what we did today and just go from there. Okay, so Chapter 9, A Soldier's Life. Let's go ahead and look at this presentation. We're going to talk about the military hierarchy, what's going on with Julius and his father Flavius, what's Julius's big plan and what he wants to do in life. And then we're also going to talk about, the advantages and disadvantages of being in the Roman army. All right, so let's just take a quick look really fast, if the computer will work. The spinning wheel of death. It will be fixed momentarily. In the meantime, we're going to talk about Flavius and Julius. Now, I want you to think about this really carefully. Flavius and Julius have a cool relationship. It's father-son, and the son wants to really seriously do what his father has done in life, career-wise, and he wants to bring honor to his family. So Julius is asking his father more about the Roman army, and asking him, who this person is and who this person is, and so it's kind of really cool. So let's go ahead and go through it really quick. We'll go back really fast. I want to go ahead and look at this really quick. And when we talk about the military in ancient Rome, we have to keep in mind that our military is kind of built on the same principles. You have a commander, then you have somebody that's just below them, and just below them, and so forth and so on, until you get down to the soldiers, the meat of the army. So let's take a look really quick at this military hierarchy of ancient Rome. Let's see if I can get it to open up. There we go. Roman military hierarchy. You've got your commanders, followed by your lieutenants. Then you've got your military tribunes, you've got your centurions, which we will be focusing a little bit more on, probably more on the centurions, considering that we've already met them once before. Now we get to kind of know a little bit more what's going on with them. Then you've got the signifer, you've got the immunes, the Roman standard, the veteran soldiers, and then here we go right down here, the Roman soldiers. These are the meat of the military. These are the ones that are being commanded. These are the ones that have to obey. This is basically how the Roman military works. And again, we use a lot of what we learned from the ancient Romans, in our military as well. All right, so let's go ahead and go down. Actually, we're going to skip this part, and we're going to go down to the who's who. Let's look at the 4 slides that are on your page. This is going to be page 53. Let's go ahead and read those. I'm going to read them after you, so I'm going to expect you to go ahead and read them. Here's the first one. Read that one for me. And it says, Julius is asking, quis est? He's asking, who is this? Quis est? And then Flavius is responding, signifer est. The signifer. Now, the signifer is the standard bearer. That's the person that identifies what legion is approaching, basically. He's the legion identifier. And then if we go down to the next picture, you'll see quis est. And what does Flavius respond with? It's not easy to pronounce. He responds by saying, Vecilifer est, Vecilifer est. And here we're talking about the flag bearer. The flag bearer is, he doesn't just walk around with a flag, but he indicates also the legion that's coming in, but he also indicates the squadrons. The standard bearer would be the first person, the first line of the military as they're going into battle, and then the flag bearer would be behind that person as well. And in the Roman report that's coming up next, you'll get to see a little bit more of that. All right, you've got quis est, and then you hear Flavius say to Julius, Korniken est, Korniken est. Now here we have a horn player. Okay, so this is the you know, have you ever heard the saying, the trumpet sounds? You know, this is the trumpet bearer. This is the person that signifies that it's time to go to lunch, that it's time to go to breakfast, that it's time to wake up, that, you know, that an enemy is approaching. Sounds the alarm. This is what the Julius asks. Go ahead. He asks, "Quis est? Who is this?" And Flavius's case, we're talking them as it's kind of like a squadron leader, I guess you could say. He's going to actually command about 80 men. So you may have more than one centurion soldier at Wendolanda, but it'll be about 80 men that he would be in charge of. All right. Let's take a moment. I'm gonna pause the video here in just a minute, and I want you to go back, and I want you to actually read the Roman reports that are on page 54 and 55. This is what we've done in class already, so I want you to go ahead and reread those and think about exactly what they are saying. Think about how it feels to be a Roman soldier. And let's talk a little bit about being a Roman soldier in ancient Roman times. Okay, so pause your video right now, and then we'll come back to it. Seriously, pause it. Pause it. I know you can. Just kidding. All right. So these Roman reports, they contain a lot of information. So let's just hit on a couple of the points of them. I'm going to open my book and kind of look at it with you. The signifer, I'm on page 54. The signifer carries the standard. It's a sign of the legion. So he's